June 22nd, 9:51 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Hello everyone and welcome back to Ace Attorney Justice for All. We are now here in day 2 of the trial, in day 3 overall. And we are about to begin. It's been a few days since I last recorded, but I hopefully we'll be able to do this correctly. So let's go. Nick? Yeah? Did you know that Von Farmer's daughter is only 18? Just like me? Yeah. Why? I was just thinking about how strong she is. I mean, she's been in Germany all this time all by herself, and she's so grown up. Yeah, and I'm sure she felt a lot of pressure from her father's reputation. And then you look at me, and well, I'm the daughter of the master, but I'm still just a little girl. And on top of that, I'm the suspect in a murder trial. I think you're really strong too, Maya, for all you've gone through. Good morning. The two of you look like you're doing well today. I'm happy for you. Hey, morning, Pearly. You'll be safe today, Mystic Maya. Huh? What do you mean? My mother's coming today to show her support. Yeah, that's right, Pearly. Hey, Pearls. Yes, Mr. Nick? Do you think you could do me a big favor? Could you channel Mia today, too? Huh? I was sort of hoping to sit in the audience today and watch. Please, it's very important to me. I don't feel confident enough without her help. Mr. Nick, that's enough. You can't show weakness in front of the person you love. Pearly, not this again. Please, can you do this for us, Pearls? Alright. I'll do it. I'll do it for Mystic Maya's sake. See you later, then. I'll leave you two to your alone time. Phew, thank goodness. Nick? This way, Pearls won't be able to see today's trial. What do you mean? What's going on? 10 a.m. District Court, court number 2. Court is now in session for the trial of Maya Fey. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Let's start already. Mr. Phoenix Wright, I look forward to tonight's news with great joy. The image of your defeated face will be transmitted all over the world. All over the world, huh? Sounds like you've made quite a name for yourself, Phoenix. Don't be foolish, you foolish fool wearing the foolishly foolish clothes. The famous one is me. I'm the prodigy who has never lost a case since becoming a prosecutor 5 years ago. Wait, what? 5 years ago? But you're 18. You became a prosecutor at age 13? Are you serious? Is that even possible? Naturally, the world's eyes are on me as I conduct my first trial in this country. That's nice, Miss Von Karma. Glad to see you in such a good spirits today, Miss Fey. It's true what they say. Women really are scary when they fight. Now then, a very interesting theory was presented during yesterday's session. That the defendant couldn't have left the channeling chamber, correct? Yes. And this key is proof of that. This key, the only key to the channeling chamber, was not where it should have been. Your Honor, I would like to say one thing before we begin. Alright, let's hear it. The prosecution has determined that from the time of the murder to the time of arrest, the defendant did indeed leave the room at one point. What? But, Mr. Ancona, then how do you explain this picture? Are you saying then that the person in this picture is not the defendant? I never said that wasn't the defendant. Then, what is the meaning of this? All I am saying is that my Aunt Faye, after killing the victim, exited the room. And I believe that is when she dropped this key. Can you substantiate your claim? Isn't that what I'm here for? The prosecution would like to call the defendant's aunt, Morgan Faye, to the stand. Just as I suspected, Aunt Morgan. Poor Mia. She seems really torn by this. Witness. Name and occupation. My name is Morgan Faye, and I am a spirit medium, in a manner of speaking. I'm sorry, what do you mean, in a manner of speaking? Ah, I don't think anyone really cares. Now then, after the murder took place, you kept watch over the defendant, correct? Yes, that is correct. I performed the spirit severing technique on Miss Maya then. Spirit severing technique? A technique which removes a spirit from a body and send it back to the other world. That is... Yes, that is... You, be quiet. Now, witness, something happened while you were performing this technique, correct? Yes, that is correct. What in the world could have... Miss Maya, she escaped from the room. What? And here we come to the heart of the matter. Maya Faye, while in a possessed state, managed to escape from the channeling chamber. Order! 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 Miss Faye, please testify to this court of what happened during that time. Your Honor, I will try my best. I think someone just upped the ante on this trial. Maya's escape. After we heard the gunshots, those two broke the door open and entered the chamber. I requested that Mr. Wright and the other lady please contact the police. A pistol was hanging from Mystic Maya's hand, and she was in a daze. Then, quite suddenly, she thrusted me away from herself and escaped from the room. With great strength, she hit the base of my neck, and I fainted for a short while. I'm afraid I have no knowledge of where she went after that. Why have you hidden this until now? I do not wish to cause more trouble for Mystic Maya. However, I must correct falsities when they arise. That's right. She is simply correcting a falsity, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Why is she making a point to take a stab at me? Never mind. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. My aunt is a very smart and sly person. It's going to be hard for us to find a crack in her testimony. No need to press that. Okay. Was it really necessary to have two people do something so simple as call the police? If there was a possibility of escape, then one of us should have stayed behind. Yes, that's a very good point. At that time, I myself was a little confused. On top of which, there was another what, madam? Oh, it's nothing. No need to concern yourself. I want to hear the end of that sentence. There was another reason you wanted both of us out of that room, wasn't there? You must testify. Why did you chase us out of the room? I simply do not wish for there to be more victims. The lives of both the good sir and that camera woman may be in danger, is what I thought to myself. Well, that was very noble of you, Miss Faye. This is bad. Now people have a good impression of her and a bad one of us. Looks like she caught us napping. That's my aunt for you. Are you satisfied now, Mr. Wright? Miss Fay, please continue. Okay, let's press that. During our investigation, you stated that you struck the defendant on the head. And this strike caused Maya to lose consciousness. Do you stand by this statement? I'm afraid I don't. The statement I gave you was a lie. But why would you lie about something like that? It is very painful for me to say this. However,
Objection!
the witness was lying to cover for the defendant. She was covering for Maya? I don't think I buy that. So, you were covering for the defendant? Well, yes. It was only later that I was informed of what had occurred. That the renegade Mystic Maya had done something very unexpected. Something unexpected? What, Patel, did she... This witness didn't and couldn't have seen what happened. If you want to know what this unexpected thing was, it's always later. Yes, very well. Why does it suddenly feel like there's a rock in the pit of my stomach? Now, witness, continue with what happened. Then quite suddenly, she thrust me away from herself and escaped from the room. With great... I'm sorry. I forgot that was part of the cross-examination. Was it really that easy for her to escape from you? I'm ashamed to admit it to such a thing, however. Yes. But you are physically larger and stronger than the defendant. There was no way she could have escaped from you so easily.
Objection!
Have you forgotten already, Mr. Phoenix Wright? What about this picture? Remember that at the time, the defendant was not physically Maya Fey? Growing old is such a mysterious thing. Trust me, I know firsthand. Basically, Missing Maya's body was still that of the nurse she had called. But if she had run away, wouldn't you have given chase right away? Well, yes, I would have. However... Is that because you were unconscious? Well, yes. Great. Well, now what? So while you were unconscious, you have absolutely no idea where the defendant went? I would think that's obvious, good sir. That's true. Then how can you know for sure that the defendant left the killing chamber at all? Now that you mention it, I have to wonder myself. It's true that this witness is not able to confirm this. But the key word here is this witness. What do you mean by that? It means she has another witness up her sleeve. That's what. It looks like Miss Von Connor is ready to move on to her next witness. That's enough. From what I can tell, there is nothing wrong with this witness's testimony. And from what she had said, we can establish that Maya Fey did leave the chamber. I hope this isn't going to come back and bite us in the butt. Now, let's take the next logical step and ask, where did the defendant go after leaving the chamber? Where did the defendant go after leaving the channeling chamber? Yes. That is exactly. Eek! Be quiet, you. Now then, what would the escapee had done was she had gone to speak with a certain person. She went to speak with someone? Who was it? The prosecution calls Miss Innie Minnie, who was sleeping in the side room at the time. Innie Minnie? I think you can see where this is headed. Witness. Name and occupation. Okay, so my name is, Innie Minnie. I'm, researching, parapsychology stuff at the, university. What is this parapsychology? Let's see. It's I guess, most people call it occult stuff. Even if that's what most people call it, I can't say I understand what that means. And I suggest you go home and research it yourself. Yes, sir. Now then, Miss Minnie. After the murder took place, you spoke with the defendant, Maya Fey. Is this correct? I guess, if that's the case, then let's hear your testimony. That is alright, isn't it, Your Honor? Yes, sir. For the love of all things good, Your Honor, have some spine, for my sake. After the murder. When the channeling started, I was, sleeping in the side room. A little while later, someone came into the room, really suddenly. I was oh my gosh, totally my sister. I, hadn't seen her in, so long. I was so happy in, a sad way. My sister, she, told me something, totally terrible. Now, hold your horses, young lady. You're saying the person that entered was your sister? Don't you mean the defendant, Maya Fey? Really, now, Your Honor? Maya Fey was still in the middle of a channeling at that time. Are you saying that the spirit was the spirit of this witness's sister? Yes, Mimi Minnie. She was a nurse at Dr. Gray's clinic. Oh, well, this is... witness. Yeah? In your testimony, you mentioned a terrible thing. Why don't you tell the court what this terrible thing was? I'm sure we'd love to hear about it. Do I totally, really have to? Of course. Miss Minnie, please. My sister, this is what she said to me. That was no accident. I was drugged with sleeping pills. I was murdered by that person. That's why I took my revenge. It's only fair, isn't it? Innie? She took her revenge? Are you sure that's what she said? Yes. There, are you satisfied, Your Honor? I still can't believe it. I can't believe that a spirit would go so far as to use a medium to get revenge. It is a bit hard to swallow. However, all the evidence and testimonies point to this as the truth. The end. What do you think, Mr. Wright? It certainly seems like all the loose ends are accounted for. This testimony just now was all made up? Was it just one huge lie? Of course it was, Phoenix. Mia, what do you mean? And how do you know my thoughts? It's well constructed. but that's all it is. Even the most well-spun lies can be undone. We can do it, Phoenix. Let's find that one loose thread and unwind this tapestry of lies. Your Honor, there is room for doubt, so the defense will cross-examine this witness. We believe that our cross-examination will reveal the truth behind this murder. The real truth behind this murder. Yet again, the foolish fool sprouts out more foolishly foolish trouble. I wonder if you'll make this one more entertaining than the last. Let me press that. Do you know the time? Like maybe a little before 11 a.m. Something like that, I think. 11 a.m. Yeah, like my stomach is totally ready for like food. No, I think you misunderstood me. I'm not asking what time it is now. I meant what time was it when someone came into your room. Oh, so like that's what you meant. Like you should have been more like clear about it. Sorry, my bad. No, it's okay. Like it's really. That's it? Or just stop mid-sentence? Did I? So, like, what was I talking about again? Never mind. When it's about this person who entered the side room. Okay. Are you absolutely sure? I guess? Was it or was it not your sister who entered? Like, I don't know. I mean, like, I totally don't know your sister at all, Mr. Smith. First of all, my name is not Mr. Smith. Second, I'm an only child. I actually wondered about that. But more than that, she's managed to mess up the question with her answer. Well, Mr. Wright? The defense rests. Well, that was a colossal waste of our time. Now then, witness, how did you feel when you saw Miss Mimi Minnie? You were happy in a sad way? Yeah, like, I mean, it was my sister. But when most people react here with surprise at seeing a dead loved one alive again? But, like, maybe if I was, like, someone who didn't know about, like, the occult, but I, like, know all about the trained channeling technique. The point here is the witness be immediately recognized that it was her sister. Yeah, like, what she said. Should I drop this line of questioning? So you really didn't think anything strange of the whole encounter? No. Like, there wasn't any reason for me to, like, think anything was strange. But, ow! Don't keep badgering her. You know the phrase, objection? Could you try using that once in a while? Mr. Wright? This question of what the witness felt when she saw her sister. Is it really that important? It's very important. It is very important. Although I haven't quite figured out what it is yet. But I've got to bluff for now and make it seem like I know what I'm talking about. Alright, Mr. Wright. Miss Minnie, please amend your testimony. Like, okay, I'm like totally cool with that. I wasn't like scared at all, and like her cousin looked totally normal. So there was nothing odd at all about your sister's appearance? Like, yeah, nothing was like weird. Mia's talking to herself like she's found something wrong. That's impossible. Like, is everything okay? Can I, like, go on?
Hold it!
Something terrible? What was this thing she's told you? Huh? Like, didn't I just, like, tell you about it? Did you, like, forget already? A foolish fool with a foolish, silly sieve full of brain only speaks foolishly with foolish words. Well, excuse me, princess. Anyway, should I ask to hear the story again? This, by the way, is actually a reference to the Legend of Zelda animated series, which I did not know was a thing for a long time. Anyway, I'm not going to bother asking again. I did just hear this story. It's not like my memory is that bad. Actually, the defense is fine and does not need to hear the story again. Very well. You may continue with testimony, Miss Minnie. I know there has to be something here that I can use, but where? She really put a lot of thought into this lie, didn't she? We can't rush this. Let's take it slowly, one step at a time. She's bound to slip up somewhere. Don't give up, but don't get careless, okay? Remember, calm and collected. Object to this one.
Objection!
Ah. That was a very well spun line, Miss Innie. Well, what are you blabbing about this time, Mr. Phoenix Wright? It's well constructed. That's all it is. Stealing my lines now, are we, Phoenix? Miss Minnie, may I remind you of what you said? You said that there was nothing strange about your sister's appearance. Well, like, yeah, and? But I don't think that's what you were thinking at all. Take a look at this picture. This is a picture of the sister you met. I would think that even you would be surprised if someone appeared before you like this. The blood spray. Miss Minnie, why do you not include the blood you saw in your testimony? If you were really testifying and not lying, you would have noted it right off the bat. Order. Miss Minnie, what is the meaning of this? Miss Minnie? I'm thinking. Don't interrupt me. That ape. And what are you stemming about, Your Honor? That witness, her personality did a complete 180 there. Lots of people do that when they get on the stand, though. First of all, calm yourself, witness. Like, I'm sorry, I, didn't mean to snap. Now hurry up with the testimony. If you please. The judge still looks a little shaken up. A lot of help he's going to be. After the murder, part 2. Like, the side room was, kind of dark, you know? So, the costume was, purple, right? The blood totally blended right in. And I, persuaded my sister it wasn't, right to do something like that. And then, I took my sister to the channeling chamber. Yes, now I see. And you have given us a clear reason for why you didn't notice the blood. You think? Thanks, Gramps. Are you satisfied, Mr. Wright? Alright, I guess not. Very well, you may question the witness. And what was your sister, Miss Mimi Minnie, like at the time? Well, she was like totally flipped out because she just shot Dr. Gray. But I think that like she knew. She like said she did something really bad. And like she said she wanted to go with me too. Like apologize to Miss Morgan. Did Mimi's spirit really say all that to you? Like, yeah.
Hold it!
Was your sister calm by that time? Like, I guess so. I guess maybe, like, taking your revenge on Dr. Gray, like, made her feel a lot better. I'd like to feel a lot better too, Mr. Phoenix writes. The sooner the better. She says with a whip at the ready. And like, Miss Morgan was the only one in the challenge ever, you know? Let me ask you one more thing, Miss Minnie. Like, sure. Was there anything you found strange, unusual, or just out of place? Something out of place? Huh? Like, when do you mean? When? When you... Hang on. I think it's this one. Let me, think about this for a second. Talking about when you were going to the challenge chamber, of course. Like, no, nothing strange. She answered rather quickly. Now what? Push harder. Think harder. I know you can remember something. I, like, totally can't. That's not good enough. You have to explain yourself clearly to this court. Do you think, Mr. Wright, that whether or not there was something odd on the way to the challenge chamber is all that important? It's very important. I ask about it because it's very important. Now that I know where I'm going with this. Very well. Miss Minnie, if you will please include a statement about this in your testimony. Like, I don't get why, but okay. I, like, didn't see anyone on the way to like, challenge chamber. You sure about that? You sure you didn't see Pearl on the way there?
Objection!
You say that you didn't see anyone on the way to the challenge chamber. However, that is impossible. Like, what do you mean? I'd like to introduce someone to you. This is Miss Morgan Fay's daughter, Pearl Fay. Interesting. You have a semi-intelligent look on your face. So, what about this child? It just so happens that at the time of the murder, Pearl was playing in the central garden. The garden? Yep. Which means that anyone walking through the area would have to have seen her. So, Miss Minnie, what do you have to say to that?
Objection!
As the court can see, she's a bit of an airhead. Also, she was dating her sister at that time. Do you honestly think she would have noticed a simple child playing? Preposterous.
Objection!
It's not preposterous, and I can prove it. What's sort of foolish? There was no way someone walking along the winding way could not have noticed Pearl. Right here. I believe this is it.
Take that!
This urn is my proof. An old cracked clay pot. What is that going to prove? Do you know why it's cracked? It's because Pearl broke it. That's why. She broke the urn? Yow! Why? Why do I feel like you're about to ruin my beautiful day? This urn was broken around the time the channeling started. Aha! Ah! And Pearl was the one who put it back together, while sitting right in the middle of the winding way. What? Miss Minnie. Pearl was there in the winding way at the time. She was hard at work putting the pieces of the urn back together, you see. If you couldn't see that while we were walking, I had to declare you legally blind. I think I have sufficiently proven one thing, Miss Minnie. You are a masterful liar. Mr. Wright, you need to watch what you say. The one who needs to watch what she's saying is the witness. So, Miss Minnie, tell us the truth. About what? About what? About where you really were at the time of the murder, of course.
Objection!
When does this testify about that? That's right. I was like sleeping in the side room. Can I really believe her? Was she really sleeping in the side room? There's no way. Your lies end here. The witness says that during the actual murder, she was asleep in the side room. And I say that's not possible because there was clearly a contradiction here. A contradiction? Where is this contradiction? It's in her testimony. Earlier in your testimony, Miss Minnie, you made the following statement. And like Miss Morgan was the only one in the channeling chamber, you know? It's true that at the time, both myself and Miss Hart were not there. We had gone to call the police. So, like, what does that have to do with anything? It's very simple. Miss Minnie, how did you know that fact? How? I could see that Miss Fay was the only person in the channeling chamber. However, someone who was asleep in the side room could not have known that. Which means, Miss Minnie, you did in fact go to the channeling chamber. But you didn't go there by way of the winding way. But look at the menu guide map. If one were to go between the side room and the channeling chamber, one would have to use the winding way. Yes, that's right, Your Honor. Which is why I asked this very important question. Where was the witness at the time of the murder? Miss Minnie, please answer the question.
Objection!
Oh, she's wagging the finger. Don't answer the question off of basis assumption, if you please. Well, I suppose since you put it out on the table, Mr. Phoenix, right? You might as well answer the question for us. Where was the witness at the time of the murder? Now's your chance, Phoenix. Yeah. The only person who could have killed Dr. Gray was any Minnie. So now is the time to prove it. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your answer. Where was the witness when the murder took place? Right here.
Take that!
Miss Minnie was here, of course. What? But that's the channeling chamber. Isn't that the crime scene? That's right. Miss Minnie was at the scene of the crime. Order, order, order. That's why that is... Oh, Mr. Phoenix, right. Have you lost your mind? Yesterday's testimony established that only the victim and the defendant were in the challenge chamber when that challenge started. Yes, that is correct. Please explain yourself, Mr. Wright. Simple. Miss Annie Mee was hiding at the scene of the crime. I was hiding? Where? Like, where was I hiding? Only one place it could have been.
Take that!
Here, of course. Behind the folding screen? Ah, don't make me say this again. Recall yesterday's testimony. There ain't no way anyone was hanging out behind the folding screen. See, you stupid jerk. Quit being so quick to pin on me, slimeball. Now, Miss Minnie, what's so young as you shouldn't be saying? Shut up, Gramps, as if you know exactly how old I am. I'm sorry. Looks like the pipe is about to burst. Guess I should be helping along. The witness was hiding behind the folded screen with the help of this. The clothing box.
Take that!
Miss Minnie, how you were able to hide yourself at the scene of the crime is very simple. You were hiding inside this box. Ah, that tiny little box? No person could fit in that box. In that. Sorry, your theory has already been disproved. A lot of disproved you when you was hiding from me in it.
Objection!
But that clothing box was in the side room, right? Which means that it has nothing to do with the murder at all. That's right. I was sleeping there, so I should know. That clothing box was there in the side room the whole time. Mr. Wright? Do you think you can prove where the clothing box was at the time of the crime? I believe so. And now I present the piece of evidence that will prove this clothing box was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. I have to present this again because there's a hole in the box. For some reason, it's not shown there.
Take that!
Take a look at this clothing box. It's so stupid. As if there's any sort of evidence in that whole thing. This... what on earth? I don't have time for you to sit there surprised. Hurry up and say it already. The hole, about 8 inches off the ground. A hole about 8 inches off the ground. Where have we heard that before? The folding screen. It had a hole in it, hole in the same height. That's right. My this has opened your eyes to what happened. At the time of the shooting, the clothing box was sitting behind the folding screen, which is why the bullet from the pistol hit both the box and the folding screen. It went through the screen and then into the box. Get some more. Miss Minnie, you were hiding behind the folding screen, waiting for your chance. Yes, for your chance to kill Dr. Gray. Order. So you...
Objection!
Then, Mr. Phoenix, right? What about this picture? Are you saying that the person in this photo is Miss Annie Minnie? That is exactly what I am saying. Miss Annie Minnie, you were hiding inside this clothing box all along. And you wore a medium's costume to masquerade as Maya Fey. To masquerade as Maya Fey? She had a plan from the very beginning. She would kill Dr. Gray and pin the blame on my client. No, stop. I can't instead listen to any more of this foolishness. If that's the case, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then I have a proposition. This whole idea that a witness moved the clothing box to the crime scene, pretended to be the defendant, killed the victim, and then fled the scene of the crime. It's not possible for one person to do all that by herself. I have to say that, correct, it's not possible. It really is impossible. For one person to do all the preparations, that is. Oh! Need I remind you, the foolish receive no mercy. Wait! Miss Von Karma, you said it was not possible for one person, correct? What? You can't be serious. Miss Minnie, you had an accomplice. I almost presented my badge there. It was Morgan.
Take that!
This person? If it wasn't someone from the Korean village, you couldn't have gone in the costume. And if it wasn't someone from the Fey household, you wouldn't have had that box to use. Morgan, Fey, isn't that the wonderful lady witness we had earlier? What do you have to say to this, Miss Minnie? You shot Dr. Gray with your own two hands. Do you deny it? I think this is what really happened. The murderer had planted herself at the scene of the crime long beforehand. Dressed in a medium's costume and wearing a wig, she pretended to be the defendant. And then, the channeling started. The murderer crept silently towards the other two, both of whom had their eyes closed. First, she drugged Maya Fey with a strong sleeping agent. Then, she stabbed Dr. Gray with a knife. Next, she hid my client inside the clothing box. She did that so she could take Maya's place and frame her for the crime. But that's when something unexpected happened. Unexpected? Yes. But the Green was actually not yet dead. With the last of his strength, he fired a shot at his attacker. And that is why the hole in the folding screen was so low to the ground. The murderer then took the gun from Dr. Gray and... After that, you and the other lady thought to break into the room? Yes, a gunshot is certainly something you wouldn't expect to hear. Which is why, upon hearing the shots, we forced our way into the channeling chamber. Miss Minnie, she immediately covered her own costume with blood. And pretended to be Maya Fey. But that sort of deception would have been easy to see through. Which is precisely why Miss Morgan Fey chased us out. Please leave this area to me. Go quickly and inform the police. Hurry, before there are more victims here. What is one supposed to say? This is the real truth behind this murder. Ha! Ha 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 ha! is that? Laughing at a time like this? Ah! Oh, you simple-minded fools. I'm sorry. Are you still by chance evolving? What is this time? What is it this time? Miss Von Karma? Surely. Of course it was me. Do you really think someone of Von Karma blood would lose it due to something like this petty? What in the world? Mr. Phoenix right. Your argument is flawed in one very crucial area. And that is, if this witness is a real murderer, why would she go through all this trouble? Huh? Working together with a medium, pretending to be one, putting on this whole act? What reason would she have to do such foolish things? Well, that's, yeah, that's right. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Oh, and one other thing. Why would Miss Annie May want to kill Dr. Gray? Where was her motive? Yeah, that's exactly what I was wanting to say too. Yeah, motive. I don't have a motive. Motive? That's... I can't say she has no motive here. I have to think of the motive now. What is her reason for wanting Dr. Gray dead? The reason you wanted Dr. Gray dead is this. Hang on. I think is this. Pretty sure it's this one.
Take that!
Ha! Just as I thought. You bore me with your silly answers, Phoenix Wright. Just great. Not even she is calling me by my full name. You think I did this to get revenge for my sister's death? Yes. Because through that accident, you suffered a lot of hurt and pain yourself. Don't be stupid. No one has proof that Dr. Gray killed my sister, right? And you want to say that I want to take revenge based on nothing? What do you mean by that? Senile, stupid Gramps. I'm going to explain. So please listen, okay? It's been over half a year since I was discharged from the hospital. If I wanted revenge, then I wouldn't have waited this long. Besides, the guys that thought of the spirit thing was Dr. Gray. It was a total coincidence he asked me about it, you know? She's back to her airhead persona. However, ouch! Pathetic, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You failed to support your own theory. The end. I think we have our answer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What Miss Minnie has stated is very true. The revenge plan is overly complicated, and she has no motive in the first place. Furthermore, there is no reason for Miss Morgan Fay to cooperate with this plan. You don't even have any truly decisive pieces of evidence to demonstrate your point. So many faults, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You should really learn your place. No! What happened? I thought I had it for sure. See, it's just as I, told you. I hope you like your slice of humble pie. Very well. I now conclude the cross-examination of Miss Innie Minnie. Your Honor, please, allow the defense 1 more minute. Alright. You can't lose here. Have faith in yourself, Phoenix. Mia. Yes, it does sound like a ridiculously messed up plan for a murder. But, you know, regardless, that girl trained for this crime. Really? Listen, Phoenix. Everything happens for a reason. There was a reason for why she had to kill Dr. Gray. And it's also the reason she had no choice but to kill him in this fashion. Time is up, Mr. Wright. Your final answer, please. If you want to say that you can prove that Miss Minnie had a motive, then why did she kill the victim in this way? Can you provide the reason? Can I? Can I really do this? Yes, I can. I am not totally confident in here, but I know that I must press on no matter what. That's right, Phoenix. Only you can do this now. I will show and substantiate the fact that Miss Minnie had a motive. Ha ha ha. Too bad. You're too late. My cross-examination has already ended after all. Eek! Interesting. I'll let you have your chance, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? You're supposed to be on my side. A fun karma only cares about the perfect win. As long as you have the will to fight, I will knock you down, Mr. Phoenix Wright. And I don't care if you're my witness. So help me, I will throw you out of my way. No way. Very well. The court will take a 5-minute recess. We will continue the cross-examination after we reconvene. Hey, wait a sec. Whew. That took me nearly an hour. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and save this. I guess here. Anyway, I will see you all next time when we conclude this case and see what happens then. So until then, everyone, hope you have a great rest of your day, and see you next time, and take care.